Hey folks, welcome back to Let's Play Yuan, possibly Sword 7. I'm Serious JG. This has been an interesting Let's Play from a technical standpoint for me to record because, well, like in the last couple of videos, I had the sound up probably too loud in my headphones, so an echo of the sound was picking up in my microphone. And in fact, if you're paying attention, and even if you're not, you're going to hear live game sound and slight echo. Um, from the game sound picking up on my microphone for commentary and knowing they're slightly out of sync. It's allowing me to know that my commentary is slightly out of sync with what's happening in the game, but because the whole game is in Chinese, and I'm not quipping real time, like, it kind of doesn't matter that everything is off by a second or two in a way that it would in other games, so. Okay, something is wrong. Oh, I think I know what it is. I muted the game sound. Hold on. Okay. I wasn't hearing the sound. You guys probably were. Okay. Sorry about that. All right. So now we are we're finished with another emotionally impactful and kind of weird side quest. For the longest time, worthy opponents are only side quests. Now they're all over the place. But now we've got Family Legacy, the Wolf Legacy, Family Legacy, the Wolf Lava, the H10, which is for to hunt and a bamboo wolf who couldn't do it himself. Go to the Emperor Wolf's temple territory. He's scouted and hunt the Emperor Wolf for him. So we're gonna go find the Ember Wolf, Nick Napalm. We're gonna go find the Dire Wolf. Oh man, I'm blanking on his name. It's Lucha Underground. I thought he was kind of fun performer. I mentioned a few videos back. I've listened to the Jim Cornette podcast. He's turned me off of some wrestlers that I liked before listening to his podcast, which I guess is a bad thing because I should be forming my own opinions. But there are various pro wrestlers who are kind of sillier in their approach and demeanor that I like. Jim Cornette generally doesn't favor that sort of thing. But why am I even talking about this? Because Lucha Underground was kind of its own thing. And by the time Lucha Underground was ending, I could kind of see how it wasn't really sustainable. Like, audience was too small. Like, they had some really high quality performers that were like trying to get out of their contracts because they couldn't go work anywhere else while they were doing Lucha Underground. But yeah, some of the guys who really got a chance to shine there might not have worked out anywhere else. And I'm just into complete nonsense, non sequiturs, chain of thought stuff now. So I should probably try to... Oh, here we go. Wolf. Will the wolf survive? Let's save our Elysium powers for draining the soul out of the Super Wolf when it shows up. Because that was a Super Wolf, but not the Super Wolf. I mean, he was like blue with spikes on his back and shit. My niece had like this temporary fascination with dire wolves, which I haven't heard her mention them in a while. Oh, I got really confused for a second. I thought they were like, those were bird enemies. Just, I guess the way they reared back on their haunches, they looked like they were supposed to be birds for a second. Yeah, so I'll have to play some Neo 2 this weekend at some point probably, and pointing in the general direction of an enemy and a large group of enemies, and occasionally alternating between which attack button you slam as fast as possible isn't gonna cut it in Neo. Whereas in this game, suddenly you get a boss fight where you have to actually think about the controls, but... Alright. Family Legacy has been updated. Kill the Ember Wolf. Is this guy gonna show up? other than blocking occasionally when he's about to attack, there's not... This is what I'm on about. There's no strategy. Soul of Ember Wolf. And now he'll be here. But, oh, just barely missed the fight. There's huge, man. Right on, Tiny.
他应该不会突然火起来吧？
Oh, and now...
或者其实还留着一口气。
Why are there soldiers here? Is he setting us up?
你呀，
There was a soldier walking by in the background. Was that not supposed to have happened?
没这回事。我只是被他的模样震慑到。
Humbled by its flaming majesty. Even when unconscious, it's flaming with demon energy. I'm just gonna walk in place for a while.
当初约好的酬劳。
It's...
要不然
I'm glad that it adhered itself to his open palm.
不必，交给我就行了。我会好好处理这头岩炉的。
That wasn't very nice.
本大王放弃，小鬼，你说答案吧。
那人最后被封了雨林中狼将，因为他雨林中狼将。
Oh, wolf is flow backwards. And here comes Tai Chi Shang. There's like... Okay, so the enemies were walking around in the background because they were part of the main story. Okay, well, I really wanted to kill this guy, but he's not making it easy. Which I guess is his prerogative. Yeah, this is going terribly here. Because I can't... Oh, again, you try to, That's what happens... Oh, fuck! See, I was just bragging about how easy the game combat is, but I got caught on, like, a bit of root on the ground, so I couldn't run. And then, the other thing is, when the game rarely gets difficult, I keep pressing and holding the block button and then trying to trigger, like, you try to do a potion, but you don't because you're holding the block button. That's a different input. So I get the one little bit of control trickery I've never bothered to learn because it's so few and far between that you get into combat difficult enough to require it. It's really frustrating. Because, yeah, you can laugh and point if you want, but no, the game is so easy until suddenly you need to know how the controls work, and you do a terrible job because it's been so long since you needed to know how the controls worked. There's probably a better way to go about killing the shield guys, but... I'm trying to get the Clockwork Beast, because it's by far the most dangerous. Alright, so I got rid of the... Wow, there's a lot of enemies! Are they supposed to be getting reinforcements as time goes on? That might be what's happening here, actually. Anyway, I've learned that martial arts, so that's a thing. I'd like to get past those guys, please. Okay. Okay, the martial art got rid of one of them. Oh, but I switched to the wrong, I actually hit the wrong button. I hit the switch button before when I was trying to, use the martial art. Because again, it's been so long since I needed to know how the controls worked. Leveled up to 31, got some clockwork parts and whatnot. Could have used Elysium Scroll. It was making an actual informed decision not to, because I don't know how you get that stuff to regen. But yeah, the soldiers that were walking around in the background during that cinematic, they were just regular enemies that were here. They were not part of the side quest. They were not supposed to be part of the dialogue. That was just the game being kind of bad. I really did think, oh, he's led us into an ambush. He's working for Wang Mang's troops. That's going to be... Because it was a little weird. He's like, meet me there. I want to hunt this animal, but I want you to go there first. Like, it would have made complete sense for this to be a damn setup king. Anyway, I should have tried to suck the souls out of one of those clockwork monsters. I don't know if they have souls or not, but... I don't think I've learned the martial art for this technique. I think I unlocked part of the way towards something. But always using whatever is the least leveled up of my techniques is probably not helping me to avoid occasionally getting a game over. But again, you know, as soon as I died once, I was like, oh yeah, because I was blocking and taking a potion at the same time, which doesn't work, and then I came back and won. And we used a couple of potions, but I think we used like 3 potions, and we've got 51 left after I used those 3. I must have something equipped where I'm getting health from fighting enemies, because my health seemed to go up after that fight instead of... Or not, or your health goes up automatically as long as that white line... Yeah, I guess I don't remember exactly how health works in this game, but it does seem like I've got a max meter that probably gets restored by potions and shit, but your health goes back up to a certain point by itself, but your max HP gets knocked down periodically by stuff. Imbued Sorcerer, equipped with imbued weaponry, she can now cause she can now do this. It's a recent development for this new enemy, eh? She can now cause massive damage, casting spells utilizing the power of monster souls. Not taking her out first will make the battles far more difficult. Yeah, I think that might have been part of why things might have gone well the second time, is that I just beat her up earlier in the process. But there was already an enemy that was vaguely like a magic lady. Let's see here. We had Sorcerer and Imbued Sorcerer. Okay, so never mind. They're just slight variation. Basically, she's like a palette swap. Not literally, but she's the modern day version of the palette swap enemy. Okay. I'm trying to find this side quest. Oh, it's done. Never mind. There's no reason to be coming back here. Okay, never mind. The side quest is done. He came up to us. He gave us this reward. I was heading back to the village out of instinct, because the last several side quests we did have involved returning to the village to report the results, but the guy came out, met us, talked to us. Enemy soldiers appeared. We may have just respawned those enemy soldiers by coming all the way back here. It'll be okay. Give me a chance to prove I can win that battle after having failed on camera at the same battle. I was a little unclear early. It seemed like those soldiers at the very beginning of the game, when they were paying us to help them guide them, but they seemed a little suspicious. And we had a named character amongst them who wasn't being a jerk, who seemed to kind of care. I wasn't sure if they were going to be the bad guys, just flat out bad guys, but it seems like they're flat out the bad guys. Let's see if we can find this character I'm thinking about. Yuan. Captain speaks with a crafty tone. Oh, it sounds like he's up to something. Never mind, they will be coming up again. It's been a long time, but I did think I remembered them having more to be revealed about them as far as character and story went. Alright, whatever. Let's see if we have to repeat this fight or not. Now, I made it inefficient by backing up to the village, but I did basically do those side quests in the correct order as far as... Had we not made an unnecessary backtracking trip, we would have done things fairly efficiently, because this is the main path of the story that we were on, and we got a side quest done while we were here. Just kind of vaguely keeping my eyes open, because you might get little side stuff. Oh, never mind, this is the main path.
这痕迹一路向北，我们过去看看。
I'm gonna see if I can find them sorceress ladies. I can't. Ow. Now, is that big monster machine still around? It is. Okay, let's see if we can kill it with and suck its soul. Okay. You get clockwork parts and a clockwork plate. You probably don't get a clockwork plate unless you do the soul suck. Or whatever it's called. Vacuum. Imprison. That's what it is. Because we're not absorbing the souls forever. We're just imprisoning them. We'll eventually release the soul of that thing. Which doesn't have a soul. But by imprisoning its quasi-soul, we got additional drops. That's... yeah. Gameplay mechanic with a lore explanation that works in some but not all cases. Let's rest. See if we get some dialogue here.
煞气重，又掺杂瘴气，得小心点。
Lumen miasma here is pretty rough.
有什么不寻常的？
我听闻这样的地方会生长一种毒菇，白天就像普通的
Princess
菇类，
Toadstool?
晚上却会发出荧光。但凡下了雨后，毒菇会腐化成黑色毒蜂。那毒蜂的毒针长满刺，身子却小，能够悄悄地靠近来人。
听起来确实危险。
Is he just telling spooky stories, or is this a real thing?
它会在夜晚的时候飞到你身边，然后偷偷钻进耳朵或鼻子里。
阿修，
怎么了？
Why don't you want to hear about monsters crawling into your
有点
body?
可怕。
啊？好吧，那就不说了啊。
I guess he's not making it up to scare her, and he stopped talking about it because he doesn't want to scare her. I guess. I don't know. Soul of Majesty and 52 on. I really mistimed that first attack. Alright. Break on through the other side, man. Imbued warrior. Their imbued weaponry is increased range and power. Capable of dealing massive damage with a single hit. Brother told me I must study their movements carefully. I don't remember him saying that. I've been here this whole time. We got clockwork plate, item drop, and a gear beast was captured. Okay, yeah, so that's the only time we got them. And Soul of Majesty. Increase 10 max health. Whatever. I came here specifically to see when we're getting close to the Worthy Opponents quest. And we are getting close-ish. I don't know what that is going to turn out to be. Oh, it's a Legion camp. Legion camp.
待会儿都放轻脚步，我们绕过去。
I don't know. Why can't we just fight a billion of them? You just have to get good at the game. Or we could wait and let the army attack them.
可真不错呀！
Soul weapons, like soul
一定要用
calibur.
这玩意儿，立个
Or
大
soul
功劳
weapons, like this is the only weapon.
小师妹，别来无恙。
Ah, okay, this is a boss fight. I guess I should have saved at that save point, huh? I saw it, I thought about it, and I was like, nah, I'll just play ahead a little bit. Should have thrown down a save. There's a boss fight. Or I might have to just actually be a little bit confident we could win.
要犯私混，还在相河关坏了我李家好事。
Well, you guys are jerks.
这是铁了心要与我们作对嘞，
叛徒，闭嘴！
绝不会让你干扰师兄大业。
I wonder if this is the guy from earlier that I was talking about.
你势必过不过懦夫，若不为天下国
Stop blocking at an inopportune time, huh?
什么莫者？君胡言乱党。师妹，
Yeah, I tried to block there and that didn't work. Oh, I'm bleeding. That's why his health won't go up. Alright, that's gonna be it. He's got a big old power clothesline. Alright, so he's basically just got a big old clothesline attack you gotta block. Didn't seem to be doing damage when I was blocking. And you don't worry about ki in this game like you do in Neo, which is the game I keep comparing this to. But Neo, I mean, it's got a whole system where if you are in a defensive stance, you're not recovering the ki energy you use for attacking and blah, blah, blah. In this game, it's just pretty much like, yeah, if you're blocking, you're not going to be able to attack or use potions. And some enemies break through, some attacks can break through your block, obviously. So that'll probably happen if I just constantly block, but I am going to need to figure out when he's open and when he's not. So I can't, I'm on fire, and I couldn't see what was happening at all. Fudge. Not even getting close here. Okay. Huh. I was just kind of pondering how much more of this game I was going to play today. Wouldn't normally like to end a session with a boss fight to look forward to the next time I play, but... For example, of Wu of the Han and included salt, iron... Oh, never mind. Not like it's none of my business what that said. But we don't have a lot of attack varieties. You got these different stances, but it's all pretty much just meleeing with a stick. It's not like we have ranged attacks we could be using, status stuff we could be attempting to do. When as far as... Oh, and it's not going to let us change stances in the middle of a fight anyway, apparently. Man, the first time I tried to attack, I just got clobbered. I don't know what you're supposed to be doing here, honestly. He exclusively focuses on you. Fine, you're the player character. I'm not trying to use the two ladies as distractors, per se, but you don't really have a lot of ways to evade quickly in this game, unless there's controls I'm just completely forgetting because it's been so long since they were useful. And that is an issue. Isn't there like there's a dash, but it's like a little quick jump kind of deal. And it does seem like I need to be getting behind him, because he's constantly facing me. He's shooting crossbow bolts at me from the top of this thing. So getting behind it doesn't, like, getting to its sides is not immediately super helpful. Always frustrating when an enemy has an attack where it jumps back as soon as it's finished with its attack, so it's never vulnerable. Okay. It did a thing where... Come on! It did a thing where it jumped forward and then did spazzy attacks where you could get behind it, but you can only get in 1 or 2 hits before it would... Duke, Marquis, Count, Viscount, and Baron. Wang Ming. Yeah, it's difficulty plateaus. Like, you hours and hours of gameplay with no real challenge. I had one fight where I lost because I forgot a basic thing, and then suddenly you're thrown into a boss fight where you just, like, seem to be in way over your head. They need to come up with some kind of way to make fights other than boss fights have some challenge. And blocking seems to be a mistake, actually. It's just getting me stuck where I can't move around. So constantly kiting is a... Yeah, this is getting a little frustrating. Consort title of Kin of Han Dynasty before the previous new era name was Xin. It's because he'll like if you're running around free roam, like if you block, you just get sort of stuck. And the boss is controlling your location and just kind of corners you. You're running around free, you're fine until he starts shooting those crossbow bolts. So it is a little frustrating that the only thing you can do to make combat go any differently is change your stances and equipped spirits, which is... Oh. Okay, I guess I chose the wrong time to hit the button, because now it will let me do that. Alright, whatever. So this one, stance focusing on kick, large area of effect. That's not useful at this moment in time. Stance focusing on shockwave, longer attack range. More likely to stun. Deals higher damage. Deals multiple damage. Alright, so we're doing the high damage one and the... At least I've got a martial art for this. Okay. And I can look at my soul. So I've got reduce cooldown of all martial arts. Oh, and I've got the Elysium Scroll. I don't want to forget about that. Killing an enemy recovers 20 health. Well, that's not going to help me right now. That's increased attack. Absorb burning damage and recover health. Doesn't seem to have helped. Health recovery. Absorb bleeding damage and recover health. Okay, now I'm absorbing bleeding damage and burning damage. Increase attack and increase damage resistance. But I took everything off of her, which seems mean. And she'll be fine. Why was I able to use a martial art? Well, I mean, I still got creamed. I wonder what our last save was. Because what I'm going to want to do is go into battle with this stuff equipped. Because I did last longer there. I was trying to figure out, okay, now that I'm not instantly defeated by bleeding damage as soon as I take a single hit, what am I going to do? And I managed to get myself killed. But what we're going to need to do is go into battle with new, better setup for this fight. And I did have something where I was healing damage for defeating enemies, which is great against regular enemies, not so great here. Yeah, but I need to set myself up so I'm in a better position for this fight. I was thinking about calling it a session. Now would be a terrible time to do it. So when we come back next time, we're going to have to figure out how to beat this boss fight. And that's what I'm running into with this game. It's like there's no... Yeah, we're backtracking farther than I would like. But at least we've done all of our side quests. What I'm going to do is off camera, I'll get us back to the same place. Or I'll get us to the manual save right before this boss fight. Set us up for a boss fight and save. And when we come back, we will jump right back into that fight. Catch you guys next time.